Okay, we are live. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to get on before I get started. I'm in chill mode again on my couch. Okay. I want to respect your guys' time. I have some fun stuff to share with you this evening. So we're going to go ahead and get started. I'm not going to do recognition tonight because I want to show you guys that I did finally figure out how to embed the weekly accomplishment sheets. So I want to pull that up for you guys, which honestly I think I forgot to have ready. So give me a second. Let me log into our website. If you don't know already or you haven't written it down anywhere, our website is www.tiasherman.wix.com/spark. And then our password is ignite. Okay, so let me screen share this. Okay. Hopefully you guys can see that. So this is our website. It's still a work in progress. So clearly the first page does not have a whole lot on there, but where you're going to go is ways to win. Click on ways to win. And then here is where you're going to submit your weekly accomplishments. So we have ways to win each month are the $100 days. So whenever you sell $100 in retail, you're going to get recognized. For our winner's dinner, placing a cumulative 400 wholesale or more. 100 bookings challenge, of course. Every time you get a booking, your name goes in for that raffle. And then our share challenge, doing shares for until the end of October. Right now, I believe we still are 33 shares away for that. So what you're going to do is you're going to come over here and enter. So I'm just going to do it for you. Number of faces this week. Number of shares done this week. Recruits this week. Number of bookings. Oh gosh, I don't even know. I haven't counted. I'm just going to say 10. Retail sales this week. And then wholesale placed. I didn't place a wholesale this week, so I'm just going to put 0. And then you click submit. And then that's how you are going to be recognized for our queens at the end of the month, as well as our queens for each week. So you do definitely want to make sure that you are submitting that. So totals are from Monday to Sunday. So today's Monday. You're going to have until Sunday. All of the activity that you've done for the week, you're going to enter it in here all at once. And so I just ask that you do that by noon on Mondays. Okay, so hopefully that makes sense to you. If you are confused or need any extra help with that, just let me know. But that's the way that we're going to be doing recognition from now on. Yay, okay, so last week we talked a little bit about the 12 elements, and I kind of went over kind of an overview, all of that. I did end up putting those 12 elements up on the new consultant tab on our website. So if you want a refresher and like happen to want to glance at all of them, they are uploaded there. And then last week we dove into the lead generating. And so that is like my baby. That is my favorite thing to do. I love, next to, of course, holding parties, but I love doing lead generating because I know that's where it all starts. We can't hold parties, we can't sell product, we can't do bookings, we can't do anything unless we have leads, right? And so we talked about having those leads and consistently building your business through getting those leads. And so in Mary Kay world, they talk about having 5 sources of leads. And when you do have 5 different sources of leads, you are kind of maximizing your resources, and you're able to get a variety of different people and different needs based on either consultants or on needs as far as people wanting that skincare. And so when you put all your eggs in one basket, we know things don't necessarily work the way we want them to. So that's why if you're putting all your eggs into one party, you have to understand that your expectations can't be too high, because yes, that could be $1,000 party, but that also could be a $20 party. And so you want to make sure that you are maximizing your resources so that you get just more of a variety and you're tapping into that. So I'm going to tell you what my sources of leads are real quick. I have 8 that I usually rotate out and do. But the number really is 5. When you have 5 different sources of leads, that's where you're maximizing your results. And so, of course, you have your contact list. That's your circle of influence, the wedding list that you did as a new consultant, Facebook, people that you just know and have around your life. And so even for me, like, I have not even tapped into every single person on my Facebook feed. So I definitely can constantly be going back to those names. The second one, of course, is referrals, honoring working women, which I love to do. Facial bags. I just went around and collected a couple more of my facial bags today and got 6 new leads from that. Restaurant promos. I love doing restaurant promos. Warm chatting. Now, warm chatting, I am scared to do, but I do it. I don't make an effort like I probably should to do warm chatting, whereas like that's when you like literally are like, okay, my goal is to warm chat 2 people today, and I am not going home until I warm chat 2 people. And so even if it's at 11:30 at night and you haven't warm chatted everybody you wanted to, you drive to some place that's open, you go to Walmart and you warm chat people. And so that's when you literally like walk up to someone and explain to them what you do, and you offer them a free facial. And so I like to do that in my everyday life. I don't necessarily go out of my way to do it unless I'm like in Panera Bread or in Starbucks. I see someone who's sitting by themselves, super sharp looking. I will go up to them and I will, talk to them and carry on a conversation, and then let them know what I do and book them for an appointment. I usually love doing my baristas and talking to them. If I'm, pumping gas, the person directly across from me, those kinds of things, the cashier at, a store or whatever. But it is not something that I love doing, but I know it's something that could help my business grow for sure, because I get to pick and choose who I go up to when I talk to. And so if you're wanting to get into DIQ or you're in DIQ, you definitely become familiar with warm chatting because you are looking for those sharp women to join your team. Also, store promotions, love doing those, as well as booth events. We do have a booth event coming up November 19th and 20th. And so if you are a star consultant this quarter, or you were a star consultant last quarter, you will get first dibs as far as time slots. And if you want to come and do that and get leads, you are more than welcome to do that. After all of my star consultants have gotten their time slots, then I will open up to everybody else, but I need to make sure that I honor those stars first. And so that's a little bit about, lead generating. I'm going to be posting on our website underneath lead generating a list of 101 ways to lead generate. There are so many different things out there. If you go on Pinterest, you Google, you look up on YouTube, so many different ways to lead generate. And so today, the next area that I'm going to be hitting on as far as those 12 elements go is on booking. So building strong booking habits and skills. And so it's kind of interesting, especially as a new consultant, we do our first, 30 faces, or not even our first 30 faces. We start out and it's like, okay, I'm going to have my launch party. I'm going to have my first party. I spend so much time and effort booking those people, coaching those people, making sure they're all coming for my party. We have that party. It's super successful. We get referrals, second appointments. Maybe I do my second appointments. Maybe I contact a few of those referrals. And then after that, it's like sometimes we kind of slack off a little bit as far as continuing that momentum that we've started. And so I want to just let you guys know it is a habit. You do have to build habits with your booking. And so I found this quote because I felt like it was very fitting with especially, us being a newer unit and things like that. Motivation is what gets us started. And so we maybe start the month with that motivation. We maybe start our business with that motivation. We maybe start out as a brand new unit with that motivation. But what keeps us going is developing that habit. And so in all aspects of our business, booking, I feel like, is the number one habit that you really want to make sure that you are consistently doing. And so every single week, no matter what that looks like to you, you want to make sure that you're booking. So we actually had our director meeting today, and it was our director meeting for the studio. It's the very first one that I've ever been to. And so I wanted to make sure I was super prepared. I had my calendar open, and any new date or any new information that was being shared, I was writing it in and getting those dates down in my books. And I noticed that a couple of the other directors kept looking over at my date book, at my planner. And then afterwards, they asked me about it. And so I thought they were just talking about the system that I had, but they were referring to physically the amount of bookings that I have on my books and how I do it and how do I get these people to book with me and to keep their appointments and all of this stuff. And so I feel like for me, I don't really have any special circumstances. I don't have, better leads than they do or anything. Really, bottom line, I feel like as a consultant, from day one, when I was serious about my business, booking is what was my lifeline. I made sure that I was booking every single week, no matter what. And so I just shared with them what I do with my booking. I just literally carve out that time every day. Now I do it every day, but when I was a consultant, I didn't. But doing those bookings, because that's where it all starts. Now, of course, you need leads in order to do those bookings, but once you have those leads, you actually have to contact them. So, as a consultant, I would set aside every Monday for 2 hours and I would book no matter what. So, from usually by the time I got home, which was around 4 o'clock on Mondays, from 4 to 6, I was sending out texts. I was booking. I didn't have any distractions. My husband knew I wasn't going to start dinner or anything like that. He couldn't talk to me, nothing. He knew that when I was booking, I was in my zone. Now, when I do bookings, I do tend to just do outgoing texts. I do all my outgoing texts first, and then after that, I look at my responses. And so what I like to do is if I have a referral sheet of 20 names, I'll contact and text all 20 of them. And then after they respond, after I'm done with all 20, then I go back and then I start to do the responding and the responding. And then I go from there to my next referral, my next referral, my next referral page, or my facial bag leads or my event leads or wherever else I'm getting my leads from. I do a lot with referrals though. So that's what I did. Some people like to spread it out throughout the week. Maybe you only have an hour lunch break and that's your personal time of day where you can do your bookings. So you do them, maybe you do 30 minutes of your lunch break where you eat and wind down. And then you carve out that 30 minutes of time where you're constantly doing that outgoing booking for yourself across the week. No matter what, whether it's all at once during the week or it's spread out throughout the week, you really want to make sure that you find what works for you and you're consistent about it. Now, if on a Monday night my husband wants to, whatever, let's say I don't know, go out to dinner or it's someone's birthday or whatever. I know that I make sure that Tuesday I'm doing my bookings no matter what. So I have that freedom, of course, to decide when I do it and when I don't. But no matter what, at the beginning of the week is when I like to do my bookings as a consultant, because I knew that I could book that weekend if I made sure that I did my booking attempts either Monday or Tuesday. So that's what I did as a consultant consistently. So now also with my bookings, I also tracked them. And so that really is what kind of helped me shift into just from doing my bookings each week to really seeing those results and tracking and knowing that what I was doing was producing an outcome and I was getting the results that I wanted. And so a lot of times my director would say, how many bookings do you have on your books? And I would be like, oh, like 3 or 4. Okay. Is that the amount that you want? Well, no, I would like more. Okay. How many booking attempts are you doing? Well, I don't know. I feel like I book all the time. And so once I sat down and I actually decided how many booking attempts I wanted to do each week on top of when I was going to schedule my booking time, and then I tracked that, I drastically saw changes in my business. And so for me, I wanted to do 100 booking attempts a week. That's what I wanted to do. And I know a lot of you I've shared that with. I wanted to do 100 booking attempts a week. And so I got my tracking sheet out. I had my leads ready. I had my phone charged and I did my bookings from 4 to 6 on Monday until I finished 100 of them. And so maybe I finished early, maybe it took me longer, but no matter what, I did 100 booking attempts. Now, sometimes if like I had a party or whatever, I would do like 50 on Monday and then 50 on Tuesday. The good thing about that is that it forced me to make sure that I had leads to work with. So where some parties I wouldn't get referrals and other parties I would, or some weeks I wouldn't pick up my facial bags and just say, oh, I can wait another week. I was consistent about getting those leads because I knew no matter what, I had to do 100 attempts. And so if let's say, 1 week I had 90 leads, that's when I was going into my Facebook and I was contacting friends or I was contacting my preferred customers to have them host a party. And I was getting those extra 10 booking attempts because I was not going to let myself go. Plus, I just couldn't leave empty boxes or empty circles from booking. And so I used a bubble sheet. I believe it's on our website underneath maybe bookings under the more tab. I know for sure it's under Brandy's website. And so her sheet has 56 bubbles on it. And so I would just print out 2 of them. Now, yeah, that's more than 100, but I didn't care. I knew that if I finished 2 of those sheets in 1 week, I was getting the results that I wanted. And so you do want to know your numbers and have that set number in your head of what you want to do for booking to develop that consistent habit. And so for me, with 100 bookings, I was getting 10 new bookings on my books each week. And so because every 10 booking attempts that you do, on average, you're going to get 1 booking. So if you only have 10 leads, you contact those 10 leads, you're going to get 1 booking. So my goal was 5 parties in a week. That's why I knew I wanted to have 10 bookings on my books because let's face it, parties cancel. Right before I was getting ready to come on live, I had someone text me this weekend who said that she was going to need to reschedule. So that happens. But I had double booked. So that way, even though she canceled, I still have another party that's being held during that time slot. So 10 booking attempts a week gives me 5 parties, which is exactly what I wanted, no matter what. And so I never missed that booking attempt every single week. I always, always, always did that. My husband knew that in the beginning of the week, I was booking. And so if you are booking daily, what that might look like every day would be 15 to 20 attempts a day. That's going to give you 1 to 2 parties a day that you're going to be able to book. Stretch that out across 5 days. That's your 10 parties, 8 to 10 parties. And so those first 2 examples, what I was doing, and then booking every day, if you have to do it a little bit a day, that's what I did to propel myself into DIQ. Now, if that's not a goal of yours and you don't want to get into DIQ and you don't want to become a director, then that's totally fine. Maybe your plan and your consistent booking attempts are going to be less than that. So you just have to know that maybe you're doing like 30 leads a week, which would give you 3 bookings, which maybe 1 or 2 will actually hold. And so you just have to know that whatever attempts you're planning on doing, your lead generating is matching that, and you're actually holding yourself accountable for that. So now I'm a director full time, and so now I've gone from doing 100 a week to doing 50 a day. So I print out on Sunday night 5 of those bubble sheets for Monday through Friday, and on Monday through Friday it's actually 56, but I do 56 booking attempts Monday through Friday every day. And this month, because I'm determined to hit 100 faces, so I'm planning on doing that every day of this month. So far I've seen, let me look at my tracking, 68 faces so far this month, and I have a jam-packed week and weekend still. So I will be hitting 100 faces no matter what. I don't care if I'm at 98 and it's Halloween. I'm going to find people who need some Halloween makeup done. I am determined. So no matter what your goal is, you do want to make sure that you are working your plan and knowing your numbers, so that way you can have that plan of action and be consistent and not be disappointed with your results. If you're like, oh, well, I didn't sell my goal this month. I didn't get my bracelet. I didn't sell 600 like I wanted to, but you've only seen 4 faces. Well, yeah, of course, you probably won't get your bracelet. You probably are not at the spot that you want to be at by this time of the month. So with that being said, know your numbers. So let me repeat those numbers again. 1 in 10 attempts will book with you, and half of those will hold. So if you want to do 1 party a week, you need to book 2 parties a week, and then that's 20 attempts, giving you about 8 to 10 parties a month on your books, but half of those will hold to get you that 1 a week. 2 parties a week, you want to book 4, so that's 40 attempts a week, giving you 16 parties a month, which really, if half of those hold, that's 8 parties. Just 40 attempts a week. I mean, that's 10 a day, Monday through Thursday, if you stretch it out. I don't like to stretch it out. I like to do it all and like bang it all out and be done. And so you also want to make sure that when you're booking, you're not booking, and then saying to yourself, okay, great, I have 8 parties on my books, and then stop. You want to keep going, especially right now at the end of the month. You want to make sure that you're consistently carrying through, so that way you're setting yourself up not only for a strong month end, but also building that momentum into the next month, so you're not kind of waiting around for half of the month. And so giving yourself a goal that by the 5th of the month, if you have 10 bookings on your books for that month, by the 5th, you are setting yourself up 100% for success. So by the 5th of November, you want to have either already held some parties by the 5th, but have 10 bookings on your books, whether you've held some of those parties before the 5th or leading into throughout the rest of the month. By the 5th, having 10 parties. So that way it sets your month up strong. And then let's say you meet your goals early. So let's say by the 15th of the month, you wanted to be in a red jacket. By having 10 bookings on your books, in the beginning, the first 2 weeks, you might get into your red jacket by the 15th. Then you still have 2 more weeks to push yourself and to really stretch you and your business to that next level. And that's kind of where you're going to start to see the magic happen. Instead of feeling like frantic and running around like crazy at the end of the month, the last 2 days, why not push yourself at the beginning of the month? And then you have that option to stretch yourself further. As a red jacket, if you get into your red jacket by the 15th, you still have 2 more weeks to recruit 2 more people and go into qualifications for your first free car. Like, really? That would be awesome. So definitely strive for, by the 5th of the month, having 10 bookings already on your book for that month. Now, whether you only want 10 bookings or whether you want to continue to sprinkle in other appointments throughout that, you're building yourself up and setting yourself up. And so, with that being said, building up those good habits of booking and staying consistent, I have decided to create a fun challenge for us. So, this challenge is going to help us get those bookings and help with lead generating, and I'm calling it a Blitz Day. Okay, so let me find the file here to share, to do the screen sharing again. Let me pull this up. So excited about this. Okay, so we're having our first Blitz Day starting tomorrow. This is going to be one of 3. And so we're having one on Tuesday, tomorrow, on Thursday, and on Saturday. And what this is going to do is this is going to help build that momentum into developing habits for a strong month end and then pushing us forward into the month of November. And every piece of activity that you do, you're going to get a ticket. And so at the end of, I haven't decided honestly if I'm doing it at the end of each day or at the end of all 3. I'll probably wait till the end of all 3. I'm going to pick the top 3 winners. Well, not the top 3, but I'm just going to pull 3 names, and those 3 people are going to get prizes. And so how you can earn a ticket is by putting out a facial bag. I just put out 4 more new ones today. So you can put out 10 facial bags, you can put out 1 facial bag. If you put out 10, you get 10 tickets. 1 obviously gets you 1. So putting out a facial bag tomorrow, Thursday, or Saturday. If you put one out Friday, it doesn't count. If you put one out on Wednesday, it doesn't count. Booking a party. So tomorrow, if you schedule a time during the day where you're going to do your bookings and you book people, that counts for every booking you get. Doing a share either on Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. For every face you see on Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday. Every $50 in retail value that you sell, that's a typo, you're going to get a ticket. So if you sell $600 on Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, then of course you get 12 tickets. And then for every $100 wholesale order that you place on Tuesday, Thursday, or Saturday, gets you a ticket. And then for every 10 new leads that you get, I don't care how you do this, 10 new leads, whether it's referrals, honoring working women, whether it's warm chatting 10 people, however it is, you will get a ticket. So if you have a party and you get 50 referrals, that's 5 tickets. Okay, so they are cumulative and they do build. So I just think that this is going to be a really fun way to kind of see what everybody's activity is, watch everybody, cheer everybody on, and get a chance to give some prizes away and really build that momentum, not only for the end of the year, end of the month, but also building us into November. And so the reason why I'm starting one tomorrow is because it's the beginning of the week and it will allow us to have that momentum and give you enough time to book people on Thursday or Saturday and get you some activity on your books. But also, more specifically, on Thursday, I want to do a unit-wide Facebook party. And so what this is going to be, it's not going to be like my usual Facebook parties, like the file is that's on our Facebook page. It's not going to be that one. It's going to be a holiday Facebook party. And so every consultant is going to be allowed to invite 8 people. So up to 8 people. Now, I'm going to post it as well as posting the script to use. You know that we don't individually, or we don't just mass click and invite 8 people. We want to send out the individual script to let them know about it. And then if they say, yes, I'll be on, then you add them to the group. Okay. Just because I don't want it to get like super crazy. I have never done a group wide one where we have multiple consultants, but I think it would be really, really fun, especially since holiday gift giving is coming up. So your customers and your friends and family are going to be able to have a sneak peek of the holiday products, as well as some awesome gift giving ideas. And of course, I'm going to throw skincare, marketing, lead generating, all of that in there too. But it's going to be a really fun event. And I'm really, really excited that we get to try it out for the very first time as a unit. And so I asked Brittany Katz, our national sales director, because she has done these like through Pacesetters and things like that, as far as a whole like national area, which our national area is fairly small, but with the whole national area, and I asked her kind of how much revenue total we were able to generate through these Facebook parties with multiple consultants having multiple guests on. And she said that the first one she did, it generated about $2,000 in sales. And this last one that she did through Pacesetters was about $4,000, just shy of $4,000. So super, super high sales and high numbers. And so I really, really, really want to encourage you guys to be on that. Now, every booking, every person that says that they're going to be on counts for 1 booking. And every person that is actually on and participating the night of the event counts as 1 face. Okay, so tomorrow morning I'm going to be posting the Facebook Live, or not Facebook Live, but the live Facebook event that we're having into our unit page with the script. So you can have that to start sending out tomorrow. And then on Thursday, of course, is our other Blitz day where you can still be booking, still be lead generating on all of that. But your people that agreed to be on, if they are actually on, they count as faces as well. And so be looking for that because I am super excited about that. And then, of course, our last day is that Saturday. So finish strong. Please participate. I'm super excited for this Blitz Day challenge for us. Continue to do those shares so that we can finish out our last 33 shares left to raffle off that Kate Spade. And then remember, we have that monthly Rocktober challenge, which is earning your bracelet, which shout out, I have already earned my bracelet, as well as Shoei, she earned hers. And then every qualified team member that you get an Ellie Sparkle bracelet, and every $1,000 wholesale that you place, you get 3 Ellie Sparkle bracelets. So Shoei, you have already earned 3 of them. I'm wearing 2 right now. I don't know if you can see them. So this one and this one are my 2 Ellie Sparkles that I just love to wear. And then for every 2,000 wholesale, if you max out your double credit for this month and do 2,000 wholesale, you get a beautiful Kate Spade handbag. So definitely want to still push and finish strong to earn those prizes as well as the Blitz Day Challenge prizes, and just get some extra cash in your pocket to start your holiday season, right? So look for those posts in the Facebook group. Check out our website because it is slowly coming together. And I hope you ladies have an awesome, awesome rest of your week and month end finish. Have a great night.